Greetings, everyone. George Lamie here for another episode of Album Homework Assignment. Um, Per the boss man Pete's instructions, he said, "Why don't you guys try and get some guys you haven't been on cam with before?" One of the first guys I thought about for this was my friend here, the Bray Dog, Mr. Simon Bray. How's it going, Simon?
Woof, it's going well. Let's be truthful, shall we? I may have been one of the first ones that you thought of, but I certainly wasn't the first one you asked, was I? No,
That is
no.
true. I shot for the stars with the first one and then hit the wall.
Shot for the stars and then went to the bottom. I understand. It's cool.
Nevertheless, you are going to be a good partner. I can feel it. Um, For me, we'll start off with the one I gave you. I'll just say, I'm a fan of UK Connection. I'm in there every week.
You are.
And one thing I know about you is that you like power metal. So I'm
I
like,
do.
I think I got some power metal he probably hasn't heard. So that's how I came about my choice for the people that wonder about that stuff. Why don't you tell everybody what I gave you?
Well, I'll be honest, the way that me and the random Scottish guy like to play this format is kind of like to take the piss and give each other things that you think are going to be a bit, weird and a bit ultra and a bit out there. And I was expecting that from you, and I had something lined up for you that was of that ilk. And then you very kindly sent me a list of things that I would probably quite like, including Galnerius, hey, got the t-shirt on, and other power metal stuff. But I lighted upon Shaman's 2002 album.
Yes.
Ritual, yes, because I'm familiar with Angra. Weirdly though, before we get into Shaman, Angra are one of those bands who I liked and then kind of floated away from, or did they float away from me? I don't know, because I very often when I get a band that I like, I obsessively buy everything that they've ever done, go backwards, go forwards with them, buy all the solo material and stuff like that. And Anger are one of those bands, a bit like say Within Temptation, that just floated away from me like that, into the ether, and I have no real reason why. But
Interesting.
there it is. Anyway, yes, you gave. So as I said, you gave me Shaman Ritual 2002. There it is. You're prezzying it up. I like it. That's good. I like the cover. The cover's good.
That is cool.
It's a nice cover. Um, Imagine if it was today, it'd be so definitely AI and wouldn't it? So yeah. So let's be honest. You gave me something that is completely in my wheelhouse, didn't you? And I like it. It's good. It's good. I've made notes. I don't usually make notes, but because I'm talking with the G-man, I've made notes. I've pathetic notes, but nonetheless.
Hey,
I have made notes. Oh, oh, you've made more notes than
yeah.
me. Oh gosh. So yeah, like I said, familiar with Angra, familiar with the singer Andre Matos and some of the other chaps in Shaman were in Angra as well, were they not? Um, let's go for it. So, it's a 10-track album. I actually like all the tracks. But it starts off with one of those instrumental things.
Yeah.
Mm. I don't, you've watched the UKC, haven't you? And you know what your Uncle Simon thinks about instrumental bit things, don't they? At least it's not called intro. So, whoop, whoop, for that one. Um, I
I'm with
always
you.
start, well, since you, go on,
They're,
sorry.
I'm with you. They're tedious. Especially this one's 3 minutes long. And it's like, why?
Yeah, if I could have been asked, and you've met me, I can't, well, you haven't, but now you have, I can't be asked. I was thinking, right, that's Hans Zimmerish. When did Pirates of the Caribbean come out? Because that belongs somewhere else. It doesn't bother me. It's all right, but what's the context of am I supposed to be thinking, oh, okay, I'm getting ready for a ritual, or what? Whoa, just random drummy kind of sub Hans Zimmer thing. I don't know. I could do without it, but while I've been listening to it, I've always started it from there to see if there's a flow or something. I think eventually, not. It's not like they even do call back to it or anything like that,
Oh,
is it? It's just there. And This stuff has got to stop. You know, it's been 20 odd years. Got to stop. Anyhow, here I am is the first proper track, and it gets me thinking. A great, straight in there with a riff. Bam, we're there. We're ready. We're good to go. And I'm thinking while I'm listening, is it power metal? Is it progressive metal? What exactly is it? But oh, that voice, that's a good voice. It sounds at times like Michael Kiske, sometimes like Tobias Sammet. It goes up, it goes down. It does everything that you might want in a voice. Great opening, proper opening track. I'm on board. I'm on board now. Distant Thunder. I just want one word. Proggy. That's what it is. It's kind of proggy. There's lots of stuff going on throughout this album. Lots of stuff. At times it's power metal. It's power metal. At times there's like progressive bits. At times there's straightforward metal,
Yeah.
and that's good. It doesn't stick into one kind of groove throughout the entire album. Um, for Tomorrow amuses the living daylights out of me. Um, it starts off with some kind of like, hey, nonny nonny bullshit kind of thing. And you think, oh, I've put Rhapsody on by mistake. Actual Rhapsody, not Rhapsody of Fire. I think, oh, they're going to start singing about dwarves and stuff. But they don't. But and then it kind of goes on and you think, oh, that's a bit Avantasia. Just stick a Y on things, George. You know it makes sense, and everybody knows what you mean. He's really good, but the initial thing is, are they taking the piss? Because the thing about power metal is, they do it. They do it so straight. Most of these bands, don't they? It's
Yeah.
just so straight. They don't give a shit whether or not people are going, "What is that? Are you being facetious? Are you taking the mick or whatever?" But no, all that. No, no, hey, no, 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 you don't. Words dancing around. Yeah, but I remain on board. I remain on board with all this. Time Will Come has got a great piano sound. I often judge albums by do they have a great piano sound? Some albums have piano sounds that make me want to go, no. This one has a great piano sound. It's a really good song. The arrangement's good. The arrangement throughout the album is really, really good. And that kind of, sometimes when you say stuff like that, you think, do you know what? He really doesn't like it. But so many albums these days, just everything hits you, bam, just about there, just about there. Ow, why is everything in the same place? Why is everybody playing at the same place? This the space and you can tell where the instruments are and where the singer sings. And Time Will Come is really good.
The
Over Your Head,
the
I wrote.
production team on this is Sasha Paeth and Miro, who did
Yeah,
all the Camelot albums in the Roy Khan era.
yeah.
So,
Weirdly, I've never been able to get on board with Camelot despite your T-shirt. I've never really been able, they're on the list of bands that the Bray Dog should like. I don't dislike them, but when I've heard them, I thought, yeah, that's all right.
something missing, right?
I'm not gonna dig any further. I've only got a finite amount of money, and I'm not gonna dig any further, which is weird because I know that I should like them.
Yeah.
So yes, that is one of the reasons why it is a good sounding album. I practically anything that's got Sasha Paeth on, I'm gonna go, oh, pick me, but not Camelot. Over Your Head, I wrote down intro because that's what it does. And then it goes all proggy. Um, in some parts of it, it sounds a little bit Dream Theater to me. A little.
The is a
George.
guest keyboard solo from Derek Sherinian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's a good thing because it's power metal is not the most original genre in the world.
No.
When they're not going to drop any block rocking beats at any point, and any of these artists are they really? They're just gonna play at 7,000 miles an hour. The singer's probably had it, got his nuts in a vice. You know what you're going to get most of these times, don't you? But it's really, really good, and it's like kind of like picking that bits out and think, oh, I like that. That's good. Oh, that sounds a bit like, oh, that's it. Because ultimately, I think when you're thinking about most forms of popular culture, you can only ever really say a bit like Amazon. If you like that, you're gonna like this. And if you like, Avantasia and you like Rhapsody and you like Angra, you're gonna like this. And I like all those bands, and I do like this. The ballad Fairy Tale is, hey, you've got to have a ballad, haven't you? Just got to, just. because it's the law. Again, very advantageous. I love the Galloping Iron Maiden kind of start to blind spell, and then it becomes like proper metal. That's when it becomes proper metal. You know, so it's on the cusp of being power metal and actual metal. The guitar work in the title track Ritual is great, really good. Um, w- Not all the album is completely instant if you and completely catchy and made up of hooks, but Ritual, I'm just nodding away, going, oh yeah, I like, yeah, that's good. And well, blow me down with a feather if Tobias Sammet doesn't turn up on the final track for some co-lead vocals. And do you know what? I really had to struggle to work out which one was him and which one wasn't. You know, and I'm very familiar with his work. I also wrote down furious drums because the at the start you kind of go, whoa, yeah. So yeah, that's Shaman's Ritual. The Bray Dog likes it. I'm interested, other than the fact that, I know that George, you like people to like what you send because you're just a people pleaser, aren't you? What is it that you get out of Shaman's Ritual?
I mean, I came over from Angra, of course. Andre Matos was maybe my favorite singer at the time, and I like the production. For me, power metal should have clean production. The cleaner, the better. I don't think raw fits the power metal aesthetic. I think it should be glitzy, if anything. Uh, and it's got little bits of prog, little bits of symphonic. Straight power metal gets a little boring. It's cliched. I like a little spice in there. So different genres achieves that. Good players achieves that. These guys, I would say, are all above average players to very good players. And like you said, there's variety. So variety always works for me.
Very much the spice of life, as they say.
Yeah. So I'm not a huge power metal guy, but when I like it, I really appreciate it because there's so much I don't like.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out, a lot of power metal that just makes you go, oh, that's the best you can do.
Yeah, this again?
Yeah, heard this before. Yes, especially in this day and age, they're really, there's not that much you can do with the genre, I don't think. But hey, 2002, it was uh, the early part of this century is really my sweet spot for the genre. It's when, in my opinion, Hammerfall were making the best records, and other bands of that ilk, they're really hitting the stride. And this, if I ever see it out in the wild, I'll 100% definitely buy it.
I was gonna say that was the old question on the old show. I would reverse it too. Will you keep going with these guys? Will you listen to this more? Will you check out another one? And you'd
I
say,
will. I'm going on holiday again soon, so I like to listen to new stuff on the airplane. So I'll probably download some more of these. So yes,
all right, well, Simon probably doesn't know what I like, so or he probably knows I like fusion, but he's not capable of giving me fusion I didn't know. So he probably said, "Well, he gave me power metal. I give him power metal."
I did. I did, and I gave you Oratory Beyond Earth from two. Is it also from 2002?
Yeah, I was going to point that out.
Feel like it is. I thought there was, some kind of symbiosis in the choice. I gave you because it's an album that I like and one that I actually haven't listened to for a while. And I thought, well, I can go back and listen to this as well as George. And so I have. So what did you think, George?
Well, this is Beyond Earth. They are a quintet from Portugal, also power metal, like I said. I was reading that the first two albums had a different singer that a lot of people kind of found annoying, but they had this female backup singer that people thought she's good. So they elevated her to the lead spot for this. And that's going to be good for me because I like female led if the female is good. And she's good. She has a very pleasant tone. She's not like a power pipes like Brittany Slayes or Floor Jansen, but she just has a nice pleasant tone, you know. Um, the opener title track is pretty much everything you want out of this genre. I mean, it's upbeat, it's got the soloing, it's torrents of double bass. I mean, the melodies are good. That's the key issue with this genre and this album is if the melodies aren't there, you can kind of, lose focus, but her melodies are good. And you got Living Wisdom. This one's a bit of a grower. It's a mid-tempo. Um, I like that this one's kind of like the Shaman. There's some straight up classic power metal stuff, fast double bassy songs, but then there's traditional metal in between. They're alternating them. They're not blocking them all in a block. So that's effective. They go back to the speedy stuff on Your Glory Won't Last Forever. Again, torrents of double bass. You get some trade-offs between the guitar player and the keyboard player. I would say they're both pretty good, above average, definitely. Not like virtuoso Galnerius level, but good players. Um, Eternal is a solid track, kind of maybe not a whole standout characteristics to that one, but it's a good tune. Heroes from the Past is probably my first little speed bump here. It's not a bad track, but it's a little bit mid for me. That one didn't grab me quite as much. Concilium is up next. That's sounds like a slightly lesser mellow track, but it's pretty good. This is the part where this album takes off for me. These next three tunes. Old Man's Prophecy ratchets up the tempo. Uh, like most power metal, the strength of this album is in up tempo. Um, and this song's no exception. This is a really cool tune. Then you got there's a nice vocal melody on the chorus too. I wanted to point that out. Like these next three songs, there's a male voice in here too, which I didn't see. And they double a lot of stuff, and the doubling always sounds good. So that's good. Song of Lust, though, that's my favorite track. Cool melody, another great chorus. The guitar player and keyboard player swap solos on this one too. Um, I mean, I like that. Some of these songs don't really have a lot of soloing or no soloing. I like songs where they play, and these songs are short. These um, Song of Lust and Old Man's Prophecy are the two shortest songs in the album. Yet they both seem to have a little bit more ornamentation than some of the other songs. So kind of interesting. Then you got Victory of Light. This one reminds me a little bit of Halloween, which in my book is a good thing. I like Halloween. But these three tracks that I just said, they're the apex of the album for me. They carry this album. I mean, they're really good. Story of All Times is kind of a cheddar ballad, I would say. My least favorite song of the set. Um, I've heard worse though. I mean, if you, I've heard cringy ballads on power metal albums. This is not that. This is just kind of. And the closer is a new quest. Uh, Good way to go out. Good tune. You look at the track listing, it says it's 11 minutes, but it's really only 7 minutes. Then it goes away for like a minute, and it came back in, and they're doing some other thing. I, I didn't quite know what to make of that, but pretty interesting little twist. Overall, I'm going to say I like this album. I'm going to go forward with it. I'm keeping these files. Uh, from what I'm reading about the first two, they're not in the same league, but do you have those?
No, I always thought there was just one initial album, and then radio silence after this, as far as I could see.
Yeah, yeah, nothing after this, but there's two before. But like I said, a different singer that a lot of people say he's annoying.
Yeah. I noticed this was produced by Uwe Lulis, who was in Accept up until about 25 minutes ago.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
assuming it's the same one.
I didn't have a great rip of this, but to me the production was not great. It was just okay. Is that your impression too, or do you think it sounds good?
Um, I I like it always sounds good to me. I tend to play it quite loud. Did you notice on a new quest that when it comes back in after that little bout of silence that they're actually doing a cover version of Eternal Flame?
I hadn't noticed that.
That's what they come back doing. It's great. I love it. Who doesn't want Eternal Flame with growly vocals? I mean, I just don't know. Surely everybody wants that. So that I always used to like drive when I used to have a CD player in the car and I was driving out. I always like that little gap until then it comes in and goes doo, 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 doo. Oh, fantastic. Used to really love that. I really like this record. Concilium was the inverted commas single, the one that got me into the album. It was on a Limb Records compilation album, Louder Than the Dragon, which I did try to find about 25 minutes ago, but struggled because I'm, you know, useless. And there was lots of good stuff on that like Chronic Temple and stuff like that that I got into because of that. And I just thought the G-Man is going to enjoy some what it says on the thing is um, classical concept album with female singer, memorable melodies and hymn-like arrangements. Never really got hymn-like arrangements, you know.
It's not that classically to me. I don't know. I mean, a little bit, but
Just as if we've learnt nothing from Random Scottish Guy, it's to keep the hype stickers and then go, what? That's crazy weird stuff. No, I disagree. But I do like the record. Wish they'd have made more.
you got a picture of her in there? I was wondering if she
All
was
the
hot.
pictures in here are shockingly bad. I mean, she's that's her there.
Yeah,
Look, this is like um
some black and white pictures from the practice place or what?
this yeah I mean he just looks like I just kind of don't know. But yeah um there we there we go. So now we've seen old band. It looks like the kind of thing that I would give like a B minus to for if this was a coursework piece of coursework that somebody was doing at roughly the same time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
So
great packaging from what I can see. Cover's cool though.
well, that's the back cover, and there's the front cover.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's, that's good. So
Well,
good
depending on
choices
how
from
you look
us.
at it, we have the double success here. We both like these. I mean, I guess we could have gave each other albums that drive each other crazy, but why do that? Unless you're Stephen Reed, then
Exactly.
then that's
Exactly.
what you do.
Yep. He will watch this and then comment on it. I'm sure he's got some kind of algorithm where it says you mentioned me. It's the kind of thing he does, you know.
He probably assumes we will.
So
He did say to me the other day that when I told him I tried to give you something you like, and he's like, to be honest, that's not a big motivation for me with these things to find something somebody likes. So okay, whatever.
there you go. Hey ho, such is life, eh? Such is life. So yeah. Thank you for getting up at 7 o'clock, by the way, to do this with me.
Oh, no problem. I'm old. I'm up.
Well, I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, but it's 1:30 here now. So you're the man that's made the sacrifice for metal, and I appreciate that.
Indeed. Channel men all the way. SOT. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Visit us on the web at seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram now. All the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on the notification bell. Please do hit the like button. Also down below, we got links to the Cameo page, the SOT membership options, everything you could want as far as getting in contact with the channel. For Simon Bray, I'm George Lamie. Thanks for your support. We'll see you soon.